Downtown Tulsa is organic, it's fuel ready to be lit by something greater.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, the very definition of American preservation.
I have lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma all my life. I'm 47 years old, so 47 years.
If you look closely, you'll find parts of Tulsa forever stuck in the 1920s.
On the sidewalks, you see placards of all of the businesses that were here before, the businesses that never got to rebuild.
I arrived here out of Barber College in 1963.
On the outskirts of downtown, an area only 2 blocks long, where fried chicken has been served the same for decades.
I'm at Wanda J's. This business in particular is part of the original Black Wall Street, Greenwood district.
This is Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street, man, is a place where a lot of black folks did their own businesses and kept the dollar turning.
Nearly 100 years ago, Black Wall Street was an anomaly.
You would have seen well over 600 businesses.
Entrepreneurship from one end of Greenwood to the other.
Black dollar would circulate time after time after time just here in our own community in Black Wall Street.
Never having to go across the tracks to the white community for anything. That's prospering.
The neighborhood was also known as the Greenwood District, a place where the prospect of black wealth was real at a time when white supremacy was the norm.
I actually found out at 10 years old, and a man just came out of the woods as we were playing, and he called us over, and he sat us down and he asked us, did we know that we were on holy ground?
Black Wall Street used to be 30 blocks. Now only 2 remain because of what happened in 1921.
Even the people that lived through it didn't want to talk about.
My city's on fire, and I can see the blaze all the way from the LL to the old Greenwood, Archer and Pine.
Millions still don't know about 1921.
What the truth? They say the proof is in the youth.
It was a secret in Tulsa.
My city's on fire,
We don't understand that it was hatred at its finest.
A racist white mob descended upon Greenwood.
And you ain't gonna put us out this time. It's in our eyes, about time you realize.
As children, if your family wasn't connected to it some way, you probably could live in the city and never have heard about it.
To let you know our city's on fire.
The Tulsa Race Massacre. The spark that lit the fuse happened on May 30th, 1921, in this building.
Well, Dick Rowland was arrested for allegedly assaulting Sarah Page in an elevator.
My name is Eloise Cochran, and I am Dick Rowland's second cousin. Tulsa was a very segregated place at that time, and blacks weren't allowed to go in certain places, to use certain restrooms, and so there was a restroom that he had permission to use at the top of that building that Sarah worked at.
Somebody saw them and heard her scream.
Our family knew that Dick and Sarah were in love. Secretly, of course, because you couldn't do that out in the open in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but they didn't care. And they didn't stop the kiss in time, and when the doors opened, then a white clerk saw him and accused him of raping her.
And he didn't, and he was put in jail for that.
They were about to take him and hang him. One of the white members of the mob approaches one of the black men and says, "What are you doing with that gun?" The white man reaches for the black man's gun. Struggle ensued. Gun went off. The white man never died, but he was hit. And because he was hit, literally all hell breaks loose.
About supper time on a pleasant evening, May 31st, a disastrous racial war started.
That's what happened. It's a massacre.
The white mob, the white clans came in and just started shooting people, burning homes down, burning people.
It was either my great-grandfather or my great-great-grandfather during the riots here in Tulsa was hung because he was helping the blacks.
They would go to people's houses. They would shoot into their houses, tell them to come out. If the men didn't hold their hands all the way up, they would get shot.
So many people were burned up and their homes burned up, and it burned for days.
You know, bodies charred all over the streets and people running for their lives, kids dying, women dying, men dying.
The airplanes came, they started dropping turpentine bombs.
I didn't even know this until, like I said, 5 years ago, that they dropped bombs from the sky, from planes.
Killed not just tens or 20s, they killed hundreds, some say thousands of people. Only 2 burials from the race massacre, that was it.
Historians estimate 300 people were killed.
Everyone else were dumped in mass graves that we still, to this day, have not excavated.
And for whatever reasons, this has been kept under the rug or in the closet or in a box the last 75, 80 years plus.
This happened in Tulsa.
It makes me ashamed to be white because of things like that. It really does.
And that's how one of my songs came about, a couple coming home from church.
It's important to keep this story alive because this is America.
Yeah, baby. So what if today was our last? And this moment's all we had. I swallow my pride.
I don't feel like being quiet has helped us to this point. Racism has not decreased, it's just went covert.
And I sing about you. If you should die, I know exactly what I would do. Said I die with your love, yeah.
The message in Tulsa: learn from our past to change our future.
That is the strongest message ever, that love will always win out.
And I sing because your love takes me to church. And when
He and Sarah got married in Boston, Massachusetts, and there is a marriage certificate.
Church and understand that your love's like church.
And they've authenticated the signature, so we're working to get a copy of that for the 100-year anniversary for Tulsa.
I said church.
Because through all that violence and hate nearly 100 years ago, there's still something the world can learn from.
I said
In Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'm Thomas Hoppough.
So if I die, then I die in, yeah, babe. I believe, yeah.